What's up, Facebook and YouTube? Peace, love, and hotep to you all. Before getting into this lecture today, I want you to understand that this knowledge at this time is very important because this is the knowledge that has been hidden from humanity for centuries, and this knowledge is under attack at this time by the elites and people in power. Now, why is this stuff so important? Because this knowledge gives humanity back its true cosmology, which will place humanity back in its proper position in the cosmos. We have to understand that this information is very important at this time because the truth is the only thing that can set us free. And at the end of the day, if we're not free, it can be said that we don't have the truth that will free us. So since we're not free, in my opinion, the past few years, humanity have been more and more divided and separated than we've ever been. I believe that this knowledge and this truth is the answer that is needed upon this planet at this time. You see, our perception of our reality has a lot to do with the way we go about our reality and the way we operate in it. Our view that we have been given of our cosmos would determine how we treat our reality. And as you can see today, we don't treat it too well. And it can also be said that the Most High isn't pleased with humanity. Well, a lot of people have their theories on humanity's de-evolution, for lack of better words. But one thing that I believe is that if we had the truth, if we had the proper knowledge that would give us power, because knowledge is power and the truth will set you free, I believe that the world will be a better place. I believe that the answers we've been seeking, we haven't been given for centuries. And I believe those answers are upon us at this time. But in order for us to receive those answers, we have to take a brave step. We have to be willing to do research, and we have to be willing to hear both sides of the story. And we have to become our own investigators, our own scientists, people. So with that being said, it's some things that we need to consider because all of this information is important. This is knowledge that the ancients left us and that they put their whole lives, generations, into collecting and preserving this knowledge. And I think it'll be very beneficial to humanity to understand. But there's a lot of concerns concerning the flat earth cosmology. So let's deal with some things we've been told about Earth's curvature and Earth being a globe. And let's deal with some facts that is kind of hard to digest. When you consider these facts I'm about to present, you will understand why many, like myself, have abandoned the globe model. These facts are the truth that will set us free if we're willing to push aside our ego and accept that truth. So let's talk about curvature for a minute, because obviously it's quite important regarding relevance to a bald earth. So the bald earth is said by all to have a circumference of 40,075 kilometers and a radius of 6,371 kilometers. So then, from any one point on the bald earth to the opposite point, let's say England to Australia, one would follow a constant arc for 20,037 kilometers that climb 3,185 kilometers up to its crest and then down 3,184 kilometers to the destination. That's pretty simple stuff. It's saying if the earth is a globe, then then we should be able to recognize that it's a globe based on this math, okay? What it's saying here is that we should be able to detect a constant arc for over 20,000 kilometers. Okay, and this arc should climb up over 3,000 kilometers at its crest and then down over 3,000 kilometers. So that's pretty simple stuff, okay, dealing with a spherical globe. Now, before I move on into more facts about this curvature that just boggles me and made me abandon the globe model, I want to note also that some people say that from a high enough view that curvature can be seen and that the earth is 2 times bigger than what NASA is telling us. But what they forget is that if the earth was 2 times its size like they claim, then my weight would have to double for that to be true. Since according to our scientists, your weight is determined by the size of the earth in relation to its so-called gravitational pull, as some say that the earth is 2 times bigger than what NASA claimed, then my weight would have to double. That is a fact. And since my weight hasn't doubled, then this fact alone cancels that belief. Now, these are just little things we miss when we gladly accept beliefs and theories without doing personal research. That simple fact alone cancels that whole whole idea. Now let's talk some more curvature facts so we can at least present these facts and put them on a table so that you can be presented with these facts determined for yourself, because all of this is the truth that will set you free. It's all about getting the truth, and especially concerning your cosmology. So using spherical trigonometry backed up by many mathematicians and the famous space author Asimov, we can deduce that the ball Earth's supposed curvature is 8 inches to the mile, but this would vary inversely as to the square of the distance. So the first mile establishes line of sight, 0 curvature, okay? The second mile must then descend 8 inches. The third mile, 32 inches. The fourth mile below the line of sight. The fourth mile, 6 feet. The fifth mile, 10 feet and 8 inches. And by the sixth mile should already be 16 feet, 8 inches below the line of sight. So what we're basically saying the same thing here using spherical trigonometry also support this fact. So we also see that this fact stands to be true using both forms of math. And also a side note, don't be tempted with any gatekeepers' bad maths regarding curvature. Okay, and that goes back to what I was saying about they also have the math to support their theories, but their math doesn't support the facts, only their theories. So I will be doing a video in the future about the gatekeepers' bad math. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Now, keep this in mind. The book, The Lighthouses of the World, has the Dunkirk lighthouse in France being visible from 28 miles away. All right, think about that, because this should be below the horizon on a ball Earth, people. And if you say that it's because the Earth is 2 times bigger, I just canceled that idea out. I don't weigh 2 times as much as I do. My weight hasn't doubled. So one thing is for sure, the Earth isn't double its size. Gravity is questionable. That's why it's a theory and not a fact. And the Dunkirk lighthouse should not be visible from 28 miles away if we were on a spherical Earth, as NASA say. So we see that throughout history, we've been continued to be lied to, but we've been conditioned to accept those lies without question and without doing personal research. And this crucial mistake has led humanity in a de-evolution process. So the truth will set us free, but we got to be willing to do diligent research as we're doing now. And I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. So let's keep it moving. So among many experiments that all yielded the same results, the famous Bedford level experiment in 1870 took place over a 20-mile straight canal with no locks or gates. The result was that the 20 miles was completely flat, all exact line of sight. Water didn't curve with the planet, nor did the sides of the canal or anything. So we understand that water is indeed always flat. That is a fact. Water doesn't bend or curve. Everywhere we look on the Earth's surface where there's a major body of water or any body of water, we never see it curved, okay? So that's proof alone that all of the geographic locations on the planet within our boundaries is flat, okay? And that's a fact. So far we must understand that any claims of curvature are all based in theory and not fact, okay? And that's the whole purpose of me sharing these facts with you today. So we're going to move on and check out some more facts. So many around the world will now bring up the disappearance of a ship as it sails over the horizon, with the hull vanishing first. This is what's called vanishing point, people. So first of all, understand that every picture you ever saw of Earth as a globe is a deception, and no one has ever taken real images of this so-called globe. And if they have, they would be millionaires, since NASA can't seem to get this $1 million shot themselves, because they're faking it, people. Okay. Now, also understand that ships never pass over any invisible curvature when they disappear from the horizon, and that there is something called vanishing point, meaning that the human eye does have limitations. The ship is always there. You just lose sight when it reaches its vanishing point based on our sight limitations and the nature of light. So if you still don't think vanishing point is real, just think about it this way. I can't even stand out on my street corner and see the corner store at the end of the block because my sight is limited. But that does not mean that the corner store has magically disappeared over a curved horizon. No, It just means that vanishing point is real. So if I can't see the store at the end of my corner, what makes you think I can see ships 15 miles down at sea, let alone the sun across the other side of the flat plane? Impossible, people. It's called vanishing point. But don't let your human limitations mixed with ego make you deny the obvious. And a little personal research can take you far, people. Okay, so let's move on with some more facts. So understand that this vanishing point is only a type of mirage, and it's an optical illusion based on your sight limitation and the nature of light. And it also has something to do with water also, like the mirages we see from heat on the road. It looks like water, but we know that that's just the heat waves and the behavior of light mixed with our limited perception and sight. So this can all be summed up in 2 words, vanishing point. Okay, and you guys should really research that, and a lot of your questions will be answered. All right, so if the ship hull really was disappearing over the curvature of the earth, then when a hot air balloon is going away from oneself, one would surely start to see the bottom of it as it is slanted away, slowly starting to go over the curvature, if you guys can picture this in your mind. Meaning if I was standing outside at the park and we saw a hot air balloon take off into the horizon, then we should start seeing the bottom of the hot air balloon as it curves over the Earth's curvature, if you can picture this in your head. Okay, so we don't see that, all right? In fact, the way we see hot air balloons vanish on the horizon proves that we are on an infinite plane. And we're going to get into some more facts now to show you just what I mean. So we have never saw the bottom of a hot air balloon as it's vanishing in the horizon, and we never will. We never will see real images of Earth with curvature. So out of the 500,000 images of balloons online, show me one hot air balloon slanting away from oneself in the distance. So if we did live on a giant ball, as our government states, when one rises in altitude, the horizon should naturally fall away and move nearer to the observer. Okay, why is it then that none NASA cameras have been launched up as high as 121,000 feet, and all the way up the horizon is flat and rise to the eye of the camera? Okay, so what this is saying, and this is proven, and you can do this experiment yourself, no matter how high you rise above the earth plane, the horizon is always eye level, always eye level, and that can only be possible on an infinite flat plane. It will not be possible on a globe, because if you were on a globe, when you rose up high, you would see the earth curve and descend away from you. All right, the only way that fact can be possible, which it is in fact, that no matter how high you rise, the horizon stays at eye level and never curves. It proves that we are on an infinite plane, and these facts and all of this science will help you get this idea into your head so you can picture this and understand your reality. Some more facts you may want to keep in mind: that the Coriolis effect is only a myth and a theory. It's not true, and it holds no weight at all. And you must also understand that Albert Einstein was a liar, and most of his theories were created just to silence the flat earth facts that we are receiving at this time. Now, I do have future videos coming about Albert Einstein, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Antarctica. Stay tuned for all of these videos, because the truth will set us free. Now, before we move on any further, I want to say something off the subject real quick. I've been in good spirits the past couple days, despite all of the drama that's going on in the world when we turn on the news today. But I also want to let you guys know that part of you having that experience is just plugging yourself into knowledge and into the truth at this time, because there's a lot of things out there that will feed off of your energy. So I'm saying that with love, people, and we're going to move on here with some more facts so that we can get a better understanding of our reality. Okay, now let's solve this mystery. Why is the sky blue? Does the sky being blue disproves the fact that we are enclosed in a solid firmament as spoken of by the ancients? No, it doesn't disprove that fact at all. Now, I'm going to tell you why the sky is blue so that you can have the facts as opposed to the theories and the beliefs. Understand that a clear, cloudless daytime sky is blue because molecules in the air scatter blue light from the sun more than they scatter red light. When we look towards the sun at sunset, we see red and orange colors because the blue light has been scattered out and away from the line of sight. So that's a simple fact that if you do just a little diligent research, my beloved truth seekers, a lot of these mysteries will be revealed to you. So we are enclosed in a solid dome firmament as spoken of by the ancients. As I said, I will be uploading videos because NASA has launched many rockets up and they crashed into barriers. In fact, the rockets that they use are made like missiles, with the nose of the rocket with reinforced metals and the wingtips with reinforced metals. Now, the only reason they would need that for a rocket that supposedly just be going through a few gas molecules, why you need reinforced metals and reinforced wingtips unless you was planning on hitting some solid. So all of the facts support the truth of our ancestors, people, and we can never stray from this truth. Otherwise, we find ourselves in chaos theories like we are today. So understand that the sky being blue during the daytime or the sky being red during the morning time doesn't disprove the fact that there is a firmament above your head. The rainbow proves the fact that this firmament is real. Okay, so nothing will disprove that fact because the rainbows stand testament to that, and we will continue to see rainbows until we die, and they will always stand testament to our ancestors' truth as well as all the ancient monuments. So I hope this broke down a little to you why the sky is blue and why the sky is red in the morning. It's based upon gas molecules in the atmosphere, people. So this is simple science that, like I said, if you do a little research, the truth will set us free as humanity, because these lies have kept us in complete turmoil and divided and separated, and everyone just divided up into communities. One thing about this ancient truth is that all of the ancients were unified with this cosmology, and you can see over hundreds of different depictions that were all the same, and they're beautiful, and all of the ancients were unified through the cosmology, people. Okay, and the reason we're divided today is because of the different religions and the different ideologies. But when you understand that there's only one truth and one reality that we all should grasp, there wouldn't be all of these separate sects and different communities. We will all be like the ancestors were, unified through the truth of our cosmology. I just wanted to deal with a few of the facts that I may have not presented in previous videos. Think about commercial airlines, okay? If the earth was spinning 1,000 miles per hour, that means the ground that you are walking upon is moving 1,000 miles per hour. Now imagine a merry-go-round moving 1,000 miles per hour. And imagine if you were to throw an object onto that merry-go-round, what would happen to that object? That's self-explanatory. It won't be a pretty sight. Another way you can think about this is if you imagine being in a car and that car is going 1,000 miles per hour. You know what? We're going to be generous. We'll say the car is just going 80 miles per hour. Now imagine if you open up your door and jump outside that car. Okay, this same rule apply. If the ground beneath you was spinning 1,000 miles per hour and you were to jump right now, when you landed back down, you would break your ankles. The same way if you jumped out of a car onto the road. So guys, we really got to do a lot of research, because with all of these facts I just presented in this video, one thing I will say that I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. The most that I do hope to accomplish is to get you to do your own research and to just not believe or accept any theories or beliefs, because your mind is precious. It's a terrible thing to waste. And if you just question everything around you and do a little diligent research, you can really be set free with the truth, and you won't have to entertain any of the lies. And I just want to say peace and much love to everyone under the sound of my voice. Peace and much love to all globe earthers, all different religions, everyone and their ideologies. All I want to do is present fact and truth, and I don't wish to be divided among the people with any of this fact and truth. But I do understand that the truth will set us free today, and that we have to deal with the truth. We can't run from the truth. So on your journey to the truth, you must understand that you have to deal with the facts that's been presented before you by not only myself, many other scientists and just regular YouTubers who've beginning to open their eyes. And always remember that the truth will be under constant attack. And one thing that is used to attack the truth and discredit the truth is misinformation and fear. So like I said, this wasn't supposed to be a long video. I will be doing more, putting more facts out there and answering more questions from you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box. And please be respectful, guys. I got much love for all of you guys, okay? And none of us are perfect, but we all want to do the right thing. Otherwise, you would be on a channel that's talking about, something else. But you're here, and I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Another thing I want to say before I get out of here is, if you guys would like live streaming, if you want me to start live streaming and opening up telephone lines and having guys call in with questions and opening up the live stream, let me know, and that's something I will try to make available. And any questions you have concerning anything, let me know. I can maybe do a video on it. So let me know if you guys would like to do the live streaming, and if so, then we can make that happen. So please like, share, subscribe. Thanks again for tuning in. Peace, much love, and hotep to all of you guys.